Hey, I'm ElusiveKev. Welcome back to MotoGP 18. As Mayo did not have the best home race, can he bounce back around the Motorland Aragon circuit in Spain? So here goes Mayo then, the first of his 3 efforts in qualifying around this Motorland Aragon circuit. Very tricky circuit to get right. And he's got to beat a 159.9 to be on par at the moment. Maybe aim around the 2-minute mark. It's maybe more likely for Mayo. He almost crashed out there very low on the bike. And there's going to be a feature around it. Almost loses the back end, getting the power as well. Those of corners are going to flow into one another. And slow corners at that. Including the roller coaster, which is coming up as you go downhill through what's Aragon's version of the corkscrew, effectively. Famous corner from Laguna Seca. And then you've got this long left-hander. Oh, maybe let off a bit too much there, Mayo. He's probably lost around a second in this sector alone. Went up very shortly. He has 1.2 in fact. So first sector, he's definitely level is almost losing it again, get on the power. Gonna feel that a few times around this lap. Because you have to be so aggressive on the power and the braking to get the maximum around here. And in that sector level, so 1.2 back, he's aiming for around 201 on this lap. But as you saw, he messed up that second sector, so he's definitely got time in the bank for the next 2 laps, does Mario. Looking to bounce back after pushing way too hard in his home race. And Mazzano just messed up in the race. He almost messed up in that last corner, going all over the curb. And so there's a 202.3, so he lost the second in sectors 2 and 4. But in the first and last sector, he's right on it. So let's try and cut that second deficit then. We can. As he's messed up this lap. Maybe. I'm surprised the stewards allowing him to keep going on this lap. Let's go through the left. That's much smoother getting on the power. Rear not getting out this time, and look at a second up. That first set, of course, that wide line into the gravel is the optimal line apparently. As we go downhill, trying to be a bit more aggressive this time, Mario. We're keeping it in second to get on that power. Just be nice and smooth. In the middle of the corner when lifting slightly. There's 2, but at the top, look at the lap times tumble. Now it's like. So Martin at the top with a 58.4 ahead of Bastianini. Tuber on the front row from the Japanese rider ahead of Kenneth. What a qualifying session from him, with Rodrigo in 5th, Bezzecchi in 6th. So Saki ahead of Loy in 8th alongside Antonelli. What a strange grid we've got. Then Otto, Mesa, and then Migno, or Mugello, or Munoz. There we go, we got it right eventually. Ran out the 4th road. Then Ramirez, Kornfeld, and Deda Porter around at 5th road. Nerdin, Masaki, and Deda Dijan Antonio once again with a poor qualifying for the Gresini rider. In 18th head of Arbolino. Suzuki, Foggia, the tyre rider, Binder, Lopez down in 24th on his Austria Glitzer machine. McPhee, Bulliger, Arenas, McDonald on the back row alongside Yurchenko, but will he be able to race after that massive crash?
The final riders have taken their place on the starting grid and everything is ready to start the race. Just a few seconds to go and the lights at the Aragon track will signal the start of the race.
So here's McDonald revving up at the back. Let's get underway for 6 hours. That's a long wait for the lights. This is not a long run to the first corner though. Even in this, like McDonald's lost out. Down the last, or is he? Look at he's blasting by riders like they're standing still. As he goes to the outside line, all into the top 20. Being pushed right by the Sky Italia rider. He's already onto the tail of Di Gianantonio. Can't quite make the move down the Italian, can he? Or can he? As Nuruddin gets swamped on this opening lap. Oh, McDonald very forceful. That's allowed Di Gianantonio and Kornfeld through. Sorry, Ramirez. So McDonald sees a point. Tries to grasp it. Oh, and Di Gianantonio down. So McDonald is in the points then. After half of that. What a fall for the Grassini rider. What big championship implications as well. Smodor tries to go down the inside. Kornfeld almost loses it getting on the power. Oh, and Kornfeld pushing back. Oh, he's seen this before in Moto3 as the Czech rider. We can't make his way through on McDonald. He holds on to 14, but it's 8 tenths behind Della Porta in front on the Leopards. Kornfeld's going to have a super run heading towards the penultimate corner. That's why McDonald's a bit defensive here. As Alonso Lopez into 19th. Loy down to 8th. Behind Antonelli. You can see that right in front. McDonald already got a semi-decent view of his teammate. And now Sasaki past Loy. As he go and end the first lap. McDonald in 14. He's made up 14 positions. Now he's just got to make up 13 more to be at the top. Now maybe a bit more difficult though. Still a Porter left the door open. Closed it again, no. Di Gianantonio Nonga last ahead of Yurchenko. McDonald all a bit wide through the left. This is where he made an aggressive move on Ramirez on that opening lap. Does it to Della Porta as well. Licks the stamp and sends it into 13th. He's already on the cusp of a top 10 from the back. Oh, he messes up in front. So does his teammate a bit wide on the exit. That's a decent run though through the left hand. It's a Suzuki head of Lopez now. He looked like he was charging it. Open that now outside the top 20 again is the Spaniard. McDonald nice and smooth on the power. Not very smooth for the right hander though. He goes for the right. Doesn't want to be making a move into the left. Just wants to stay in the slipstream of Mino. All past him into 12th. Now right in the slipstream of his teammate. Trying to put him past 11th. Oh, it's Beza. Oh, can McDonald get past Loy? 3 and 1 straight. As he cuts off his teammate. Aggressive McDonald. Mine sets a 58.5. But on 59.4, he's got pace round here in the race. As he's got the German in front of Ottel. Let's see how many moves he can, more moves he can make. Can he even get a top 5? He's right in front for him. And he's still got almost 4 laps to do it. As he's got a superb run on the German, looking to the outside. It's the inside, of course, for the right-hander, though. Gets all over the curb, but makes it up into 9th. What a superb race for McDonald this has been. But how much more speed does he have in the tank? Compared to these front runners, you can see 8th, 7th, 6th, 5th, 4th in front. Does he have the pace to get past them though? He's very on the edge through that left-hander. Got Sasaki 6/10 in front as well. Nice and smooth on the power. We've got Lopez in 20th now. Have Suzuki, or do we? Yeah, we do. So McDonald very wide in the right-hander. No compromises in for the left. But still less than 6/10 behind Sasaki. And Otto less than 5/10 behind though. So Slipstream maybe cancel themselves out for McDonald. Gaining on the rider behind, but then Otto gaining on him. A rider in front, should I say. Go flat out through the final corner. Getting some good Slipstream. Does a 59.2. He's racing out of his skin. Where is it? Where was this that time? In qualifying. He's always in the races. McDonald finds pace. Needs to work on that one lap pace. Not in his passing though. Around the outside. Oh, not quite around the inside. Oh, what a move. Up into 8. And now the top 5 is definitely a possibility. As he's got Rodrigo in front. Bezzecchi as well. Oh, sends it on Rodrigo up into 7th. There's Antonelli as well in 6th. So after qualifying, this race looked like it would be a tough one for McDonald. But he's up into 7th and can sniff a top 5. It's all slightly wide in the left-hander though. You can just about see the top 3 as well, but they've scampered off into the distance. So, trying to get on the power. Rodrigo's a little nook. Go through the right-hander. Don't really having the push, as in this, like the leaders actually scampered off into this. Get going again. Oh, would you believe it? Just as you're making superb moves for top 5, it all crashes out. But he's got the pace to get into the points. So someone looks down his inside in the final corner. That's not going to work. Oh, flat out. But that cost him 5-6 seconds. As he sends it down the inside of the Lopez. He's just passing everywhere, McDonald. Oh, down the inside of Lopez. Almost gets swiped out. Down the inside of Ramirez. This is a McDonald angry now. Thought he was angry beforehand, putting in those crazy lap times. Now look what he will do in these last couple of laps. We're on the penultimate lap of the race. Got Masaki in front. McDonald sees a gap. And sends it. That's been his whole race, making so many aggressive moves. Fortunately, it finally bit him in the arse. But he can still beat his teammate Loy right in front. Let's go for the fast corner. Once again, right in that limit, really leaning on the tyre. No wonder the tyres are pretty worn. Go through the left-hander. Just have to be careful getting the power out of that. And virtually flat out through the right. Or heavy braking into this right. In through the left, just a bit more cautious on the power. That's cost them a couple of tenths. Not just in front, but behind as well. Here comes Masaki. As Nurdin holds on to that final point for the time being. As Lopez passed Ramirez for 18. Also got Arbolino past McPhee. Oh, Nurdin. Almost down for the Malaysian. Who keeps it upright. As it goes to the final lap. With another 59.7. All of his lap time's been under the 2 minute barrier in the race. Definitely has the race pace on this machine. He's about to try and make that move for 15th down the inside. No, it didn't. Malaysian holds him off though. He's protecting him slightly from Loy as well. But here we go. Now it's the Avintia teammates part 2. Will Loy be able to hold off McDonald? Not at all. So McDonald up to 14th. It's not quite going to be a top 10 recovery. But it is going to be points, at least. Giving so many more points, though, for McDonald. There's way too much curve there in the second. The waterfalls. That's cost him time to corner. That's probably cost him more positions to make this race. Now he's just going to be on the back foot. Against a number of riders who are hungry for points. Go for the left-hander. Oh, Loy maybe having a little nook there. We've got Cornfield in front. 1.3 in front, no. Half a second ahead of Loy. Will be the teammates battling to the line. As he got one final straight to go. You can hear them behind swarming all over McDonald. As Antonelli up to 4th head of Tuba. That's where McDonald should have been as Martin wins on home turf ahead of Canet. Got Bashni round out the podium of Antonelli and Tuba. Though for McDonald in the end, it is 14th and it's some points from the back of the grid. But not the points he would have wanted in the end after that mistake. He's up a level though. So Martin wins by 2.5 seconds ahead of Canet with Bastianini in 3rd, Antonelli in 4th, Tuba in 5th ahead of Bezecchi, Rodrigo, Sasaki, Otel. Beza ran out of top 10. Good performance from the Spaniard. On home turf ahead of Mignot, then De La Porte, Cornfeld. There's McDonald. Look at his fastest up, 59.2. Right up there with Bastianini, who finished on the podium. Just shows you the race pace he had. With Nurdin in 15th, and Lloyd just misses out on a point, making it a Avintia double by less than 0.3 of a second. Masaki in 17th, Lopez 18th, Ramirez 19th, Foggia rounds out the top 20. DJ Antonio comes to 22nd in the end, and Yurchenko in last. So in the Riders' Championship, the lead is back to over a race win for Martin over Canet, 29 points. Bezecchi in 3rd, got a bit of a gap on his teammate De La Porte now. With Bezecchi up to 5th ahead of DJ Antonio. Antonelli in 7th. McDonald in 8th, just 2 points ahead of Lopez now. A bit of drift now of Antonelli. Then we've got Mignot ran out top 10 ahead of Otel. And Suzuki swap places after that race. Get the big climber though. Spanned up to 18th ahead of McPhee, Ramirez, Arbolino, and Foggia. And still just 3 riders haven't scored so far this season has. He's getting close to that first rider status, is McDonald. Here's the breakdown. Sure he's gonna come first rider by the end of the season. As in MotoGP, Marquez one ahead of Dovi and Zarco. In Moto2, Bagnaia ahead of Alex Marquez and Baldassari. As you have a new Red Bull Rookies Cup champion, Raudanta Onchu. I believe that's how you say it. As he has won the championship. As, in your opinion, who's the best rider on the Avintia Academy team? 62% are liars. What is this? Where are Mario's fires? He's almost at 10,000 now. Surely that's almost the same amount of fires as Loy. As on that bombshell, we'll be heading to a new circuit in Thailand. Next time out, McDonald. He's got race pace, just needs to stop crashing now. Will you be able to do that next time out? Sound for watching, when we find out then.